Welcome back to VIII. We started chapter 1 at the end of the prologue, and Adol found a rusty old sword on the beach where he was washed up after the shipwreck. Just as well, because trouble is stalking him. It looks like a puppy, but it's actually a wolf. Several wolves want their dinner, and Adol is not having it. So this is our regular bread and butter ease combat. Slash, jump, evade. X button, circle button, L1. You can feel straight away how natural it feels. Here's the first skill. A brief explanation. It's all pretty standard stuff. You accumulate SP in battle and then use it to fuel your skill attacks. So let's equip that first one. You'll see how absolutely straightforward and easy it is. No mucking around. There's the sonic slide. We just click it into place. Remember what we assigned? Hold R1 and press the X button, and there you have it. Adol is getting exhausted. How much longer can he hold out? The map doesn't tell us very much at this stage because we obviously haven't explored that area yet, but there is a diamond there to the left that might be worth investigating. Anything is always worth investigating. And have a look. What's that? A huge fallen tree blocks your path. Obviously, Adol can't move it himself, but several strong people together might. And then there would be an opening to a new area. I think you can already see at this early stage that each individual area is pretty generous in size. So here we have a cutscene. Ah, that water sure tastes good. Now, as long as I've known ease, it has always had this particular feature. If you stand still, you can very slowly recover HP. Of course, standing still in the field is fraught with danger, as there are always plenty of enemies lurking about, ready to pounce on you. You will have noticed already that enemies drop a variety of items. The game is very accommodating, and most of them you scoop up as you battle anyway, but any left lying around have this little light cone so you can easily get them. And I'm trying to collect as much as I can here because I know, especially in the beginning, it can be tough and it is definitely useful having materials. These mole creatures can be a nuisance, flinging those earth balls around. So Adol is covering a fair distance here and fighting enemies all the time. They may be small fry, but it's still exhausting work. Will he make it to some kind of safe haven where he can recover in time? A quick check of the map, and you can see how the terrain is already looking reasonably complex. There are some nice juicy apples on the tree, but for some reason I'm never good at doing that job with Adol, so it'll just have to wait. Adol is just very, very good at fighting. The L1 button for the evasive roll can also be used if you hold it down for running a bit faster. And here's the entry to a new area. And this is now one of my favourite scenes coming up. Who is that? Who's there? She says, ready to defend herself. Ooh. Oh no! Adol instantly closes his eyes and turns away. But that does not mollify the lady.
My word! Why must men be so disgusting, tactless, and so domineering too?
My word, she is a bit flustered. Adol wasn't exactly tactless. Will we find out who she's referring to? Adol, of course, can't ask her directly. That would be disaster brewing.
There. I suppose I kept you waiting long enough.
So this is Laxia. Do you recognize her from the Lombardia in the passenger cabin?
We should introduce ourselves at least. My name is Laxia of House Roswell, a noble family of Garmin. The ship I was traveling on sank, and I was cast adrift until I came ashore here. Now, who are you? Judging from your garb, you must have been a sailor aboard the Lombardia.
Yes.
Adol Kristen, you say you're an adventurer? Don't try to fool me. I narrowly escaped that disaster with my life. As a member of the Lombardia's crew, you need to tell me exactly what happened out there.
Laxia is very well voice acted. You get her haughty demeanour. So Adol decides to stick to the facts and tell her about the giant squid attack.
You said your name was Adol, correct? So, you're telling me that these giant tentacles attacked and destroyed our ship? Do you expect me to believe such a bizarre story? How big a fool do you think me to be? Oh, wait a minute.
Now this is getting peculiar.
Do my eyes deceive me? Why do you remind me of...
Oh goody, pig-snouted bats.
Beasts? When did they...
And some kind of slimes in the background.
Okay.
No need. I don't need to be protected by the likes of you. I, Laxia von Roswell, shall enter the fray.
Yay, Laxia! She's such a great character. This is important. We have 3 weapon types in ES8. Slash, pierce and strike. You will be familiar with those if you've ever played any RPG before. And you can see here what's important right now is pierce, because it has the ability to disable flight. So it's very suitable for aerial enemies, which means Laxia with her rapier has a clear advantage there. I have my ally priorities set to offensive. That's what I generally do in ES, because ES is very much a fast attack-focused game for me. And I use the party member switching a lot. It is so easy to do with the square button. And Laxia easily dispatches the bats, and then they both go for these slimy creatures. And it's level up time, which is always good. Your swordsmanship is rather impressive, says Laxia. It was no accident that you managed to parry my attack. So she's beginning to realise that he's not just an ordinary sailor. But she ain't giving an inch. Adol, as always, is quick on the uptake. Laxia's a bit flustered. Is she hiding something? Given the circumstances, a temporary alliance is our only rational course of action. But I don't trust you, not one bit, she says. Goodness, she is imperious. The journal is nice. It has all the information you need, but it doesn't overwhelm you with too much. Goody, new skills. Let's have a look. So nothing for Adol, but Laxia has a dagger fling, which has already automatically been assigned to R1 and circle button. But I find R1 and X easier, so I'm just shifting it over. The story information in the journal is great for getting you quickly up to speed with what's been happening, what comes next. Laxia holds herself and others to uncompromisingly high standards. You get little voice snippets of phrases for each character as you play, and I find that incredibly cute and endearing. Information on enemies is always useful, and you see also the drop items listed, but don't worry, you don't need to rifle through all that info to figure out where you can find a certain drop item. There is a much better system for that, which you will encounter quite soon. Here are our exploration data, very useful, and you see from that we have so far explored 0.8% of the game's map. The job is only just starting. Here is the river crossing. Those of you who have already played ESRB will recognize this spot. We obviously need to cross the river here, and that will take us into the area that we're really looking for. So this is the calm inlet, and we'll just take a look around. And look at that, a beautiful and useful crystal. So this is basically a checkpoint system where the crystal autosaves and completely restores your HP. So let's have a quick look at the beach here. You never know what you find on a beach. Look, there's a box there. Well, we can't say no to red meat. That might save us. So it's important to check occasionally on the beach. I think that box might get replenished. And the beach stretches down to this part, but that's pretty much it. Beyond that, it's just rocky outcrop and not traversable. See how you're faster with the evade button held down? So back to this nice circular spot. Ideal meeting ground, really. And let's have a quick look up the hilltop here. And look, there's Laxia.
There's naught but ocean as far as the eye can see. Where on earth are we? Hopefully there is a settlement nearby.
No, Laxia, no such luck. What happened to the others? Asks Adol. She is spiky, isn't she? In a strange way, I find they make quite a good pairing. They always say opposites attract. Finally, they can both agree on something. It would make a great base camp. So we go in pursuit of this ghost, and there's another entrance area, the red stripe marks it, and we're in a cave. We're clearly meant to go in there, but let's first have a very quick recce. Yep, it's just a cave, there's nothing much here. A water drop cave. There might be some nice crystals or rock here to harvest, perhaps? It's a bit dark in here. I wonder what's lurking there. Oh, those slimy creatures again. They're actually a snail called Anapushi, and they are weak to slash, which explains why Adol is so effective against them. Murky mucus. Nice, I bet that'll be useful. These strange blue crystal lights, if you smash them, you get a little top up there on that ring, which represents the SP gauge you need to carry off your skills. They both agree that the cave is clearly abandoned, but might still hold a clue. Finding a potion in a bottle is always a good thing, because you need the empty bottles if you want to make more. You see that one crewberry there? They are incredibly useful, and they're plentiful in the environment. You just need to look around and harvest them wherever possible.
Ooh, a treasure chest!
A quick equipment tutorial if you need it. It's all pretty jolly obvious. And it's nice to find some armour.
Oh, something's there!
Another of the many mysteries to be solved in due course.
Something's there.
So Adol has a proper short sword now. Very good. So this is what Adol's new short sword and scabbard looks like. I do like it when I can actually see the equipment properly in the menu. It's really quite funny how Laxia is lecturing Adol on battle skills, but he remains wisely grateful and accepting. And here is the explanation for filling up the SP gauge from those little blue crystal plants. And once the SP ring is full, you gain, of course, that extra special skill. More bats to get rid of, so I'm keeping Laxia in the main position. Her pierce skill is just right for this. You see those bats there using their special skills against both Laxia and Adol. While these enemies can't do massive damage, they should not be underestimated if they come in droves. That can certainly lead to a tight situation where you can suddenly become overwhelmed. Flexible branches. You will need an endless supply of those, so always be on the lookout for those rotten looking old wood stumps. They're easy to miss. And did you spot another treasure chest there on the map? Yeah, we're definitely going for that. Just got to find our way there.
Treasure chest! My turn now!
A break and skill finish is always a good thing because you get those extra points, and in the beginning leveling up is of course really beneficial. And I ran past the chest, maybe it's up on a ledge somewhere, so a bit of backtracking. I'm not missing any chests here. This is a favourite ploy in Ys 8, hiding treasure chests half submerged or even fully submerged in water, especially in dark caves. Coconuts are great for healing, by the way. Pirates using the cave as a hideout certainly makes sense, but how did they manage to come and go to and from the island?
Right there! Yes! Go, Laxia!
That revive medicine was obviously no use to the pirate anymore. So it looks like we've covered nearly all of the cave. There's just that exit point now.
Looks like we can rest.
But the autosave crystal would indicate that there is an important event coming up.
Did you see that? I'm certain that was a person. Come, we must catch up to him. This beast!
Yep, our first boss. What an ugly brute.
If you intend to bar our path, then I won't hold back.
Yay! Extra skills are awesome. So this is the SP gauge I've been going on about. Just press R1 and L1 together.
Right there!
And I'm using Laxia's extra skill straight away. See how powerful that is? Of course, getting trapped is not so good. If you can pull off those flash moves, they're really helpful. Now, we've almost got him. I'm just sort of chipping away, and we should be just about have him now. Victory! Now we can get to the exit and resume our pursuit of that apparition. A settlement? Oh, Laxia.
It's just...
Pardon?
I'm hardly the type to get discouraged.
Oh! Adol! Is that you, lad? I'm surprised to see you alive and well. I've been searching the area for people, but I did not expect to find you.
You're...
Oh, Adol. Who might this be?
Adol introduced Laxia to Captain Barbaros, then explained what had happened so far. Afterward, Captain Barbaros explained how the Lombardia sank. Laxia is a bit surprised that Adol had told the truth. Captain Barbaros ponders. Judging from our position when the ship sank and the direction of the current at the time, we must be on a deserted island. The Isle of Seiren, to be precise. Adol tells Laxia about the legend of the Isle of Seiren, and she asks, a cursed island? Could such a place truly exist? Could you be mistaken? No, unfortunately, says Captain Barbaros, I am not mistaken. No one sets foot on this cursed island. I never thought I'd end up here. Laxia asks, is the pirate's fate the fate of all castaways who find themselves here? But Captain Barbaros reassures her. As long as I'm alive, I will continue to uphold my duties as captain. Like Laxia, there may be other passengers on this island. In any event, we need to understand our situation without a moment's delay. Every survivor will need to work hard to ensure we all get off this island alive. Adol and the others retraced their steps and made their way back to the inlet. Since you're an adventurer, Adol, I was hoping I could enlist your help. Well, Laxia is mighty surprised. You really are an adventurer? For a moment she's speechless. First, I would like you to find the other surviving passengers like Laxia. It's more than likely that the other passengers have drifted ashore onto this island. Some may even be women and children. We must act fast. Let's get started right away. Indeed, I'm counting on you. There's something else I need you to do while you search for other survivors. I need you to draft a detailed map of the Isle of Seiren. And you may remember I mentioned this map drafting as also being really crucial in Memories of Celceta. As an eagle-eyed viewer pointed out to me, that's not a spin-off game, that is in fact a remake of the original Ys 4. And Adol is indeed an experienced cartographer. He's not bragging. No ships sail through this area, which means rescue may never come for us. So it falls on us to plan our escape, as we'll likely be on this island for the foreseeable future. For that reason, we must learn all we can about this island for everyone's benefit. So the base camp will be built here. Laxia wants to know, what about me? It would be safer if you remained here, Laxia. Oh dear, that doesn't wash with her. It would bring dishonour to House Roswell if I remained here. I will accompany this adventurer. Besides, a servant of mine accompanied me on this voyage and is still missing. I cannot allow someone to search for him on my behalf when I'm capable of doing so myself. You gotta have respect for Laxia.
Pardon?
My servant was a story I concocted to persuade the captain. Now then, Mr. Kristen, who exactly are you? You certainly know how to wield a sword, that much I will concede. But I've never met anyone so audacious, so frivolous, that he would introduce himself as an adventurer. You might as well call yourself a tourist or a sightseer.
Ouch!
I will not tolerate anyone who speaks of adventure, as though it were some sort of life-affirming calling.
There's more behind this than meets the eye, methinks, Miss High and Mighty.
Listen carefully, Mr. Kristen. I will accompany you, but only so that I may keep a close watch on you. Because you remind me of a certain individual whom I utterly despise. Silence. And on top of everything else, you've also seen me... Now then, what are you standing around for? Let us be on our way.
I sense some great chemistry here. And there's a new skill for Adol, the aerial spin. Very nice. I think he got that during the boss fight. And here is our task. Let's map the island and search for castaways. And we will embark on that in part 2. The character portraits with background information are really nice and well worth dipping into, or if you need a refresher.
Trifling bat! I will end you!
Thank you very much for coming along on the journey, and I hope you'll join me again.